Good morning and welcome to BOTB HQ in Parsons Green, South West London. My name is Christian Williams, the presenter here at BOTB, where we're here this morning to judge our new midweek car competition. The competition ran from the 18th to the 24th of June 2020, and just before I hand over to Rebecca, once again, huge congratulations to last week's midweek car competition winner, Alan Spencer, winning the amazing Mazda BBR MX-5. That's a tuned MX-5 from BBR, fantastic little car, and £10,000 in cash. I'm now going to pass over to Rebecca Craigie from Onside Law, who'll oversee the proceedings this morning.
My name's Rebecca Craigie from Onside Law, and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditors, Wilkins Kennedy. I would now like to introduce today's judges. First up, it's Alain Goma.
Good morning, my name is Alain Goma. I'm an ex-professional footballer, having played for Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle and Fulham.
If you could now use the secure link provided and mark on the screen where you think the centre of the ball should be, and then we'll come back to you at the end for you to justify your pick and come to a final panel decision. Next up, it's Kieran Fitzgibbon.
Hi, my name is Kieran Fitzgibbon. I've played football for more than 30 years and I'm now a senior county referee.
Next up, it's Andy Braithwaite.
Thanks, Rebecca. My name's Andy Braithwaite. I'm a football referee, mentor, and licensed observer.
Next up, it's Leo Donnellan.
Good morning, my name is Leo Donnellan. I'm an ex-professional football player, having been with Chelsea, Fulham and Leyton Orient.
Next up, it's Hugh Gilroy.
Good morning, my name's Hugh Gilroy. I'm a referee, mentor, tutor and observer.
Next up, it's Peter Giorgio.
Good morning, my name's Peter Giorgio. I am a futsal and football referee.
Okay, Alan, please can you now justify your position?
Yeah, thank you, Rebecca. So my cross is the red one. So yeah, we've got three players in the shots. The player in red and black in the background does not give me too much indication. It's quite far. I think the first player on plan in red and black is about to head the ball. I think looking at his body expression, he's got both arms up. He's got his, even his right shoulder up, his knee up also. I think he's, if not there, at the top of his jump. And you can see his back is arching, and I think he's on a move to hit the ball quite hard. I think the player in blue is looking towards his direction. But my judgment is mainly based on the player in red, and as I said, the impact with the ball is imminent. That's why I put my cross where it is.
Thank you. Kieran, can you please now justify your position?
Yes, thanks, Rebecca. Yes, I more or less agree with Alan. I think the player in red left is at the top of his jump. He's positioning himself, he's arching his back and he's tensing his face and he's about to head the ball. I think the ball's coming in quite flat. I think the other two players in short are anticipating where the ball is going. They're looking in the general direction of the player in red on the left. But I think they know that he's going to win the ball. I think they're a little bit in the background from him and they're sort of moving their bodies, anticipating he's going to head the ball forward. I put my cross slightly lower than the others. I think it's coming in at quite a flat trajectory, quite fast. And I think, as Alan says, he's about to head the ball and he's going to head it just in that forward direction. So that's why I placed my cross there.
Thank you. Andy, can you please now justify your position?
Thanks, Rebecca. I'm the blue cross in the frame. I'll talk you through my reasons with the least first guy's red guy, the guy in red. Sorry, focus. Nothing from him. Focus. The next guy in blue. Feel that he's looking more so at the player rather than the ball, but it is still on the same eye line. The guy in red about to power through the ball. As Alan said before, he's on his jump, as you can see by his raised knee. the arms out. He's literally about to power through the header. I feel that it's almost there, and I've taken an angle with the slight angle of his head and the angle between his arms to jump. So that makes me believe the ball is, as Alan said, quite imminent. It's almost there. It's essential.
Thank you. Leo, can you please now justify your position?
Yes, there's 3 players in the shot. I think the player furthest away in red, he's just looking in the direction of the ball. The player in blue, he's looking obviously slightly behind him, but I think he's also looking up at the ball. So I've gauged something from their eye lines. I think if you look at the player in red and black, he's unopposed. He's obviously going to hit this ball. He's, like Elaine said, he's at the top of his jump. If you look at his knee, his leg is raised, his shoulders are open, and his arms are up. So, as I said, he's just going to head this ball. I think it's imminent. It's very close to him. And if you look at his eye line and his body shape, that's why I put my cross where I did.
Thank you. Hugh, can you please now justify your position?
Yeah, for me, as has been said, the player in red and black for me is going to play the ball. He's going to head it. He's towards the top of his jump. His arms are up, not pulled back yet, so I don't think he's played it, and I don't think he's about to, but it's imminent. For me, I just felt, obviously, heading the ball, he's going to meet it with his forehead, so I felt it's got to be at least above his eye line, looking up towards it. And I just felt, given that his arms were still up but not pulled back yet, he had a little distance, because I felt the ball was coming in for him to meet it. And I didn't take anything from the player in blue. I felt he was just on looking at the player in red and black as he's about to head it unopposed. So where the player in red and black was looking, that's where I placed the cross.
Thank you. Peter, can you please now justify your position?
Yeah, mine's the purple cross there. I'm in agreement with Kieran here, with the trajectory of the ball coming into the player in the forefront there in the red and black, who's going to be, looks like he's the guy who's favoured for the ball. I think he's at the top of his jump, and he's going to head the ball rather than up, but into the ball, but down. Hence the same understanding as Kieran there, with the ball coming in there. Just looking at the others, justifiable in regards to if the ball is coming in from a different trajectory, but I believe it's coming in at a lower trajectory, the same as Kieran, and also agree with him. Many agreements with Kieran on this one, that the player in blue is anticipating where the ball is going to go, and that's why he's on the move. And also the guy in the foreground, he's also on the move as well. But didn't take anything from those guys really, because I do believe that the player in the forefront is the player who's going to win the ball.
Thanks, judges. Alan, as the main judge, could you now come to a panel decision with the other 5 judges? For your reference, the larger white cross is a calculated average of the 6 individual selections. Okay,
thank you, Rebecca. Hi, everyone. So we've got a cluster of 3 crosses and 2 below, and we've got 1 slightly on the right hand side. I suggest we start drawing a few lines just to see how wide the spread is. Okay, and the player in blue. I won't check the player in black and red at the black because it's quite far away. Okay, so as I said, we've got 3 crosses here, 2 a bit below, and 1 on the right. So I think all of us, we agree that the player on the left in black and red is going to head the ball. It's just, there's a bit of, differences, on the height of the ball. So I think, Peter and who's that? Kieran, I think you were, slightly lower than most of us. So what are your views on that?
Yeah.
Peter, sorry.
I just felt that the ball was coming in slightly lower. If you look at the guy's head, if it was higher, I believe his head would be tilted more sharply than what it is at the moment. So that's why I've gone slightly lower along with Kieran.
So so you think the guy's at the top of his jump?
Yeah, and he's actually powering in, and if you actually move your head's going to go. It doesn't go up. Your head goes down, or horizontal. So it won't be going up.
Right. Okay.
The head would be slightly more angled upwards.
Okay. Yeah. No, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So, Hugh, you were a bit, more on the right compared to all of us. So I guess your thoughts. Yeah. Let us know your thought, actually.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I can see you guys are clustered now. When I was doing it individually, my view was he is towards the top of his jump. I agree with that. I don't think he's pulled his arms back to fully meet the ball yet. So I do think it's coming into him and he's meeting it. So I just felt, given he'd be looking up slightly to meet it with his forehead and that his arms weren't quite pulled back yet to meet the ball, he still had a little distance from the ball to him, given that his arms are in front of him and not pulled back behind him when you'd expect them to be as you meet the ball.
Right, I understand. Do you take into consideration the player in blue here?
I personally didn't know. I felt that the player in red and black was the one to judge because A, we could see one of his eyes, and B, he's the one playing the ball. And this guy I felt was on looking, so I couldn't get a lot from him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, yeah. So, yeah, if I put the circle above the cross, I think personally this is doable, It's just a question of, how far do we think, the ball is from this player. Leo, you're the highest of us. So can you tell us your thoughts about that?
Yes, Elaine. Yeah, I mean, simply, I think if you look at his the shape of his body, and for me, he's still sort of with his jump. He's possibly still, because he's moving forward. He will still possibly jump a little bit higher with the movement. So he's running, he's jumping, and the ball's coming into him. So, yeah, my question might be: I think everybody's feasible, but I kind of think maybe. For me, Peter and Kieran, even though they're close, I kind of feel it's a touch higher rather than a touch lower.
Yeah, because the thing is, it depends also where the ball is coming from. If the ball is landing, this way, it can be slightly higher, but the ball could come straight, this way also. So, so we've got the average, So if I put a ball above the average, I think first and foremost, I think all of the crosses are possible. The position of the ball. I think if I put the ball on top of the cross, we've got 5 crosses and only Hugh who is slightly on the right. But I think for me it works. What I thought, Kieran, you're slightly below.
Yeah, well, I'm agreeing with Peter, though. I still think that this player is, as Leo said, the player's moving forward to head the ball. And if you're moving forward, you're not necessarily going to be looking that high. But I think I agree with you. All of those crosses are feasible, depending on the pace of the ball coming in and how far the ball is away. Because if it's coming in at pace, Hughes is just, a few milliseconds further away, so it's the same sort of trajectory. I can understand why people think it may be a little bit higher, but I'm with Peter. I actually think it's a low trajectory, but I do think all of those crosses are in a perfectly viable position. I could have placed my cross in any of those and justified it, I think.
Okay.
So I would be happy with any of those.
Thanks, Kieran. So are we all happy with the average as it is?
Yeah, I am, Alain. Like
Yeah.
everybody said, that it's everybody's feasible, aren't they?
I don't think we can discard any cross, from there. So I would be happy to go with the average if everyone agree with me.
I am, as long as everyone is, because I accept I'm a little distance from the cluster, but I agree with Kieran. It's about the speed it's coming in, and if it is, a slightly quicker pass in, or if he's meeting it with a little bit more pace, I think it would be there. And I agree. I don't think any are unfeasible. I think they could all be there. We've got good justifications, whether it's them meeting it with the head or, it's just about to play it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you as well, but I'd also say yours is almost bisecting those lines of vision that Alain's put on for the player in red. So it's right in the middle. So it's basically a split second further away. So it's perfectly justifiable where your position is. And the other 5 crosses are all within that circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Okay. So we're going to go with the average. Okay. Okay, Rebecca, we are done.
Okay, Alan, thanks. If you could now hit submit.
Yes.
The coordinates selected are 1175 and 600. These coordinates will now be passed to Wilkins Kennedy to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.